Meeseman has to be a part of that.
And for those also just joining us, Maisha Hines-Allen suffered an injury going through warm-up. She is still dressed and out on the floor to start.
On the floor, and the ability as well to get to the free throw line was certainly a difference as she put up 16 points in the last meeting.
Hines-Allen wins the tap. This is something that Washington is focused on today, taking a 24-second violation in each of the quarters.
As a staff and as a team, and what we're going to do to make a concrete impact off the floor.
Taurasi feeds into Vaughn, falling away, puts it in. A 3-game losing streak. Ariel Atkins controls. Gets the handoff from Meeseman. Late in the shot clock, Hines-Allen looks pretty good to start the opening minute.
Offensive set.
Skylar Diggins-Smith. Vaughn to Turner. Can't get it to drop. Something similar we saw in that game Sunday, Leah, was both these teams getting off the slow offensive starts as Hartley connects on the 3.
Well, and this type of a track meet with the Mercury.
Leslie drills the 3. It's a 2. Taking a look at Hines-Allen in the opening minutes, still limping. That injury suffered in warm-ups. And there's Diana Taurasi's first 3 of the game.
A little bit tentative to go to the basket. Always Hines-Allen, and we'll see where she plants herself down in the paint here.
Mitchell untouched right by a second chance created by Meeseman. Mitchell had it poked free. A bullet inside, and Hines-Allen finished.
Head and claps down on her, down low in the paint.
Taurasi, one dribble pull-up, and she buries it. Have started to settle in, Leah. What are the keys to victory in this matchup in the second time in 5 days?
Well, I think for Washington, they certainly need to improve their transition game, and they need to hit the offensive boards. They 10 offensive rebounds against the Mercury, and of course, for Phoenix, continue to get to the free throw line. That means drive the middle of the lane, similar to here, and have the opportunities to get to the line. And I think really balanced scoring will be the difference tonight. Phoenix is a little bit deeper, obviously, than Washington is.
Mitchell's 3 rattles win, reach double figures. Nice bounce pass to Vaughn. And looks.
Getting into the gaps of the defense.
Leslie drills another one. The rookie's second 3 of the quarter. Hartley lost it, she goes down. Atkins the other way, puts it in with her left hand. Under 2 to play in the first quarter. Tiana Hawkins steps back and knocks down the 3.
Mercury website, WNBA, you can learn more about how you can obtain one of these game jerseys tonight.
Done it for so many years. The X Factor, maybe their favorite event of the season. Pass out to Walker Kimbrough. Off the back iron, Gemello secures the rebound. One shot for Washington, currently with a 3-point lead following the slow start. Shug Sutton, the rookie, off the screen. Hawkins back to Sutton. And a good contest by Vaughn forces the miss. Oats, the organization that helps register people to donate, volunteer, educate. Gemello's off the cut, looking inside to Hawkins. Looking to recover, another 3 drops.
That their field goal shooting really struggled in the first quarter of play.
After the three by Sutton, Phoenix.
And being able, I think, to speed up the game a little bit, especially with Kia Vaughn back out on the floor here.
Phoenix at 7-7 on the year. Smith buries another three.
They're going to make sure that she is in the right place before they rush that along.
Easeman extends.
Diggins Smith, who's with the basketball right now. He's only had a couple attempts, but you know, if Skylar can get into a groove right now, certainly get into a rhythm, that would certainly help this team. And offensive boards by Phoenix have them as saving grace.
Three rattles out for the Mystics. A chance for Phoenix to tie or take the lead. Backdoor pass, Cunningham finishes. Mitchell off the screen. Back inside with a little English. Puts it in, plus the foul. Cunningham draws the double, slips it to Turner, but loses the handle. Pass a little too far ahead of Mitchell, and a foul called at midcourt before a potential. Atkins, the 89% foul shooter.
The pass.
12th year in the league and still looking as agile as ever. Quickly off the Easeman screen, dishes to Hines Allen, and the left.
Mitchell and Hines Allen.
Washington's leading scorer now has 8.5. Shatori Walker-Kimbrough gives in to Vaughn. 3 on the shot clock, and she puts in the righty hook. Mitchell to the basket once again.
The hoop.
Cunningham slow to get up. Hines Allen inside, fouled by Phoenix. Hines Allen, who's fouled. Following 2:30.
Three-point shooting, and that has really been the difference here.
And helping force 11 first-half turnovers.
Yeah.
Diggins Smith dishes to Vaughn. Extra dribble and a foul from behind. Oh, if you're Sandy Brundell, what are you trying to muster up at halftime?
On the floor right now. They'll figure it out. And you don't want to poke the sleeping bear. And like I said, Skylar Diggins Smith hasn't really got into a flow of the game yet. Even Diana Taurasi hasn't really gotten to a there's a lot of basketball to be had, especially with this veteran team.
Hawkins coming up on the final minute of play in the second quarter. Taurasi, who has 5 points, throws it away right in the hands of Easeman. Mitchell stops, pops, and hits. Taurasi, a deep three. Final possession in the first half. We've seen Washington start to separate and build a lead against Phoenix. Atkins at the end of the shot clock, too strong on the lay-in. Easeman back to Hawkins, and she hits it.
How about that? Keeping that ball alive.
A big second chance bucket to end the first half. And the Mystics will take an 8-point lead into the break against Taurasi and the Mercury. The one today released on the 57th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s March on Washington. Taurasi over Mitchell. Phoenix looking for a boost. Here's Vaughn wide open, and she buries the jumper.
Washington team. but no one's been able to consistently put it together as of yet.
Mitchell off the Cunningham miss. Kicks the lead back up to 6 for the Mystics. Currently half a game out of the final playoff spot. And right back in with the left hand. Diggin Smith again. You bet. Just like that, we're all tied. Go to WNBA.com to check the leaderboard each week and see how your team stacks up against the rest of the league. And the foul on Cunningham prior to the inbound. 20 minutes.
Yeah, very, very surprised in that. And I know Sadie Brondello had said to us that, that she had felt her team needed to get to the free throw line a little bit more. But they've been tentative. They really have.
Finally in the hands of Diggin Smith. Playing hot potato inside. And a foul called against Washington. That'll stick. First quarter. Diggin Smith hesitates. Couldn't bank it in. No numbers for Washington. That's not stopping its leading scorer.
Perfect on the night thus far.
2 of the breakout stars still supporting her teammates. Taurasi the other way. Barry. Taurasi has 10, make it 10 straight in double figures for the game's #1 scorer. Back to Diggin Smith, and she knocks down another. Phoenix has been loving that spot all third quarter.
Yep.
Nice pass inside to Hawkins from downtown tonight. Hawkins splits the pair, and Alana Smith tracks down the rebound.
Mystics unable to take advantage of it due to the hustle of Diana Taurasi.
Taurasi was bumped, nearly tossed it up and in. Was near some of the smack talk from the Mystics on the bench.
Remember, during that time, she actually went over and was jibber-jabber and in good jest with Mike Tebow and the staff as she went by a couple of times. But, I just can't get over...
Poke from behind. Phoenix with the 2-point lead. Walker Kimbrough fires then hits. Diggin Smith starts quickly up the floor. Feeding Alana Smith. Too strong, got it back, and now short.
Angle there, where that foul actually came.
Dutton trying to find Nieseman. Deflects inside, and Hawkins puts it in.
And towards that basket, Sean.
Diggin Smith bumped on the perimeter. It doesn't matter how you score, right? Still 2 points.
Yeah. And the double team nearly got a handle on it, but a good job just working that ball through this Washington team.
Bench going to take a breather. It'll be needed to avoid falling to 4 and 10 as they currently sit half a game back of the final playoff spot with 16 days left in the regular season. Nieseman looking in.
Able to play this evening for this Washington Mystics team. Had some shoulder problems.
Smith off the mark. Phoenix potentially going for a 2-for-1 on that quick possession. Cabela's looking inside. Cunningham tracks it down. Shot clock turned off, but Cunningham gives it right back. Diggin Smith back up top. Smith couldn't get a shot off in time, but what? who you're electing for president, it's all of your local elections, and for Senate and House of Representatives, aim for Phoenix. Bieseman can't stick the turnaround.
Keep in mind, Lonnie Mitchell is still on the bench, getting a little bit of a breather for this Washington.
Trying to create something. Off the foot of Sutton. Walker Kimbrough ahead, puts it in.
A little breather before he stepped to the free throw line. Here.
After the block inside by Bieseman. Sutton, catch and shoot. She knocks it down.
Steve Brundel's children there enjoying the game. And I'll tell you what, they're as active defensively like if they had a basketball in their hands right now.
Skylar Diggins-Smith scorching hot tonight. 6 of 8 from down.
The importance of being able to get back out in the court and play a little bit. And you can see all that sometimes frustration that you're feeling really coming out tonight in the way that Skylar is.
Game of the season. Taurasi's turnaround is good.
Mitchell back on the floor. I tell you what, Phoenix has just picked apart and find it.
Taking much better care of the ball in the second half. Diggins-Smith this time gets the bump. You know, we're still trying to figure out some of these new lineups.
And that was something that they wanted to utilize in. They had a huge coaches meeting last night as well, and you know they're brethren too. And being able to talk somebody, good hands there defensively. Of the basketball, and of course, right there, number 4, Skylar Diggins-Smith just went on fire and turned it up here in the third and fourth quarter for Phoenix.
Walker Kimbrough can't hit, and that's what's important to note too. After trailing by 8 at halftime, but even with 3:31 left in the third quarter, focused. It sounds simple, but it seems like we watched 2 different teams.
Oh, totally watched 2 different teams, and you know, early on in the season, they struggled in the. If you recall, they struggled in the third quarter, 3 or 4 games where they it just wasn't happening, and they seemed to get out of that type of a funk and situation, and they've been lucky here and they've wheeled themselves out of it. You know, just kind of focusing in a little bit better. Got to put it up.
Vaughn nails another jumper. I want to see if she can add Washington to the schedule more often. 30 points combined in the last 2 games against the Mystics, and catches the errant pass from Mitchell. Right back wide open. It's like shoot around for her tonight.
Yeah. His team is not matching up on defense right now. There's a lot of spacing in between. Phoenix's side of the ball here, though Mitchell responded with that bucket. Or excuse me, Hines Allen.
Killer crossover, Diggins-Smith. Foul driving to the hoop. That'll bring in 17 a game on the year. Allen, Mitchell, and Atkins exit for the final time tonight. Brianna Turner doing all the damage down low. Will also check out. Sutton to coast. Nice offense from DC.
Excuse me, some much needed playing time right now. You get accustomed.
Diggins-Smith's pass too tall for Smith. And that'll take us to it.
From the players to the coaches to the WNBA leadership. That was a strong statement with everyone stepping out and meeting to take that photo and to be locked arm in arm.
And as out reflection and asking ourselves, are we really doing all that we can be All the social justice initiatives they fought for this year. They've done so much. Couple of baskets back to back, but be surprised if we see her again this year. As we wait to hear from the Mercury PR the extent of her injury.
See, and that's a great teammate right there. You're suffering through a lot of pain right now, and cheering her teammates on. Of course, Diana Taurasi's a great teammate, and that was one of the things that Diana talked about at halftime with Two Birds.
And one of the fiercest competitors as well. Phoenix really embodied that of its leader today in the second half. They trailed by 8 at the break and stormed back for a massive run in the second half. About a minute away from a big victory. It'll keep them at 6th in the standings in the WNBA with 16 days left in the regular season. Smith, why not? And she puts it in. The 13th made three tonight, and that was what was so big about that turnaround from the first half where they only scored 33 points.
And how about Smith? Sat on the bench for an extended period with those three fouls, and having an opportunity here late brings the shot when they're open to her.
And still the was driving easily and getting a lot of high percentage looks. And they shut that valve off in the 3rd and 4th. Smith, strong drive, banks it in. That'll cap a 14-point performance for.
She too was coming, off an injury and still trying to get familiar and accustomed with the game, but certainly a shot blocking, changing player as it is.
Ball loose, picked up by Cunningham, and she will dribble out the clock, and that is our final score tonight. A massive second half run by Phoenix helps them secure a 94-72 win. We'll wrap it up in just a moment when we